Okay, you've purchased the utility tray for the long arm things. I can quickly show you how to assemble it. It comes with two sliders, a set of 8mm screws with an Allen key, and a set of 5mm screws for the basic tray. We'll assemble the tray first. So we take the tray base. We'll put the tray base into the side where the single screw hole is, lining up this screw here. So I assemble that. I then take one of the black 8mm, assembling that into the tray from the side. Just finger tight at this stage is ample. I'll then place the other side onto the tray and take the other black screw and placing that into the bottom. So we now have the two sides fitted to the unit. We're taking an end piece, the clear end piece. You'll see that it has a tray slot and the two edge pieces. We're lining them up onto the end, just like so. Once again, I'm taking two of the chrome screws, putting them into the end. Take care not to cross thread these. They are screwing into acrylic. Whilst they're very strong, they won't tolerate you cross threading it. We flip it across to the other end. We're taking this last end piece. Once again, I want the slot to go onto the tray. It just simply goes straight into the end. I'm going to take the small 5mm screws now with the washers and place them into that end. There's 4 of these on this end. I'll just inch through the little holes. We are going to tighten this tray up after we've assembled the whole thing. Alright, so that's the tray now ready to receive the sliding part of it. Now to assemble the sliding part is only 3 pieces. It has a hook here and a hook at the top. We're going to assemble sliding into that piece there, like so. Oops, I'm just going to hold it a bit better. I then take the small screws again, the 5mm, and put 2 into that end and flip it over. Just drop the other piece straight into the slot. I've now made the end piece. Just very carefully place the slide over here. Now we've got a Nolting 24 here. We're going to make it work for this bed. So I'm just going to get the tray to get it close to where I want it, hanging over this end and that end. I'm going to put one of the screws in here. This is the chrome screw. Another one in the other side. A little bit of parallax error here. There we go. And now the final 2. Once I'm happy with that adjustment, I'll just go to the other screw, which is here. Put one on the other side. In fact, there's one at the front here. I can use that. The closer to the front, the better. There should be a hole up there you can put that into. I'll just move this one further forward. Okay, and now all we do is pinch it up. Now, don't be too physical on it. Just pinch it. I don't want you over tightening it. Tighten these end pieces up in here. Take the other Allen key down to this end. second. And it is now ready to put all the stuff you want to keep, and it's right next to where you're working, so when you're doing your work you've got your everything right next to you. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you.
Hi, it's Leonie West from Westerly Design, and I'm going to show you how to use our Circles on Quilts wreath number 1. I've marked the centre of my quilt, placed my pin in, placed my pin lock on top, put the template over the top, and I'm ready to go. The template is marked with A, A1, B and B1. We'll first sew from A to B, then we'll sew to B1, turn the template, and sew back to A. And we'll just continue around in that manner. So here we go. So we've gone to B. We'll now go to B1 and we'll stop here. We just turn the template and we'll now sew back up to A. The template has our stitching line marked on it, and we also have this part of the template here which will line up just next to your stitching line, so you've got 2 reference points to check. And now we go back to A1. Rotate the template, just check and make sure that our template is in the correct position with our stitching line on here, and we can see underneath the stitching line from the one before. And it's as simple as that. We just work our way around the template, stopping at our marks, turning the template, stopping at A1, turning, checking that we're in the right position. and finished. Hi, it's Leonie West from Westerly Design, and this is our Circles on Quilts wreath number 3 template, which gives us a rope wreath. We're going to start at A, we're going to sew around to A1 and then down to B. We are then going to sew to B1 and then rotate our template and continue. To B1, rotate, check that we're in line with our stitching on the edge of our template, and now we will sew up to A. Back to A1, rotate, check that our stitching is in line, and sew down to B. And done. I've marked my block, I've put my pin and pin lock in place, and I've put my template over the pin. And again, I'm going to just use the centre line and the crosshairs that I've marked. And we work the same way as we did before, but this time when we get back to the middle, we're going to stay here and we're going to turn the template, allowing the foot to move, holding it in place in the template, and I'm going to align with this line. When we sew it this way, we are going to have our spinifex sewn, and we're also sewing a circle at the middle of the quilt. So we're back to there again, and now we'll rotate. Back in line, and we'll sew again. Back to the beginning, rotate, align again, and continue. This template is number 1 in the Spinifex range, and all of the Spinifex tools do work in the same manner, where we rotate around and we can put the different Spinifex together. So we could have Spinifex 1, Spinifex 2, and sew in one size, and then change and sew in a different template in another size. And this will be our last piece that we're sewing. So when we get to the end of here, we'll stop, finish, turn, go back to the beginning, and now we can lock off our threads. Hi, it's Leonie West from Westerly Design, and I'm going to show you how we use our Circles on Quilts spinning wheel. This is spinning wheel number 5, and we've marked crosshairs on our block. We've placed our pin and pin lock in place and placed our template over the top. And when we sew this one, we are going to cross over here. So we'll start, sew along here. We will come up to here, cross over, come around, come down. We're going to cross over again here, come back to here, and go back. We'll stop here, rotate the template, line our lines up on our stitching lines, and we will continue. Cross over again, around and back. Rotate the template and just keep going. When we get to the quarter mark here, this is a place where we can check to make sure that we've stayed on line. If our template is slightly over here, we can see that we're not in line with the centre line that runs through. And if we need to make any adjustments, we can adjust while working across this top portion. So if you need to move it just slightly to get back, so to make sure your rotations are correct, that's the place where we should do it. You may notice that before I was going from the other direction. It doesn't matter which direction we go, we just keep following the path. I find it easier to go one way on one side of the template and the other way when I'm working on the other side. Every time you turn, check the alignment with the mark that shows you your stitch line. And turn, we're back to one more rotation to sew. So I'm just going to do an extra check and make sure that I'm lining up on both the one I just finished and my last one here. And we're finished. And that's our spinning wheels number 5. I'm going to sew spinning wheels number 5 now, but I'm not going to travel across here at all. So I'm going to wind up with lovely points when I come into these pieces. So we work the same way, except this time we're going to sew up, across, come down, we're going to cross over there and we're going to stop here and rotate the template here. Stop and rotate. Check that we're aligned and keep going. We're at the corner and we can check here and make sure that we're in a line, which we are perfectly. We're back at the last one again. I'm checking that this line is in line with my stitching here. This line is in line with the stitching here. So we can now finish.